All right, guys, got an exciting one here for you. We are talking about 4 rookie sleepers you need to stash this year because they are in a prime position to succeed. Everybody wants to know now. They want to know, what rookies should we draft? What position are they in? How well are they going to do? Let's talk about 4 rookies here that could make a fantasy impact. Now, are they going to go off and become the next Justin Jefferson or the next, Kenneth Walker last year? Possibly, but very unlikely. But you're going to get them for value, and that's the main thing, with the possibility of them taking off because of the position that they are in. So 4 rookies, guys, I'm going to go over here that you may want to stash on your rosters that everybody's sleeping on. So rookie sleepers here for you in this episode. Before I do, guys, make sure you guys do a lion smash of the thumbs up. Lion mentality here. We don't copy and paste on this channel, so smash the thumbs up. It helps the channel. I'm actually giving people advice to actually help them win. No copy and paste here. I actually care about your teams, so a thumbs up does help the channel and secure the 16-round draft solution. I won't even tell you what the 16-round is if you're new to the channel. Click on the link below or just Google 16-round draft solution and watch the video on the homepage. This is the game changer. I'm handing you the championships on a silver platter. That's all I'm going to say here for this video, all right? So let's talk about this, okay? Again, that thumbs up really helps. And drop a rookie that you really like below. And we're going to talk about, I'll tell you if I like them. I'll answer some questions here in the comments as well. Very important. Now, I'm fully immersed this season. I'm all in. I'm excited. My first version of 16 rounds comes out when I release it on the video in the course. Comes out about a week or two. So I'm just laying out the depth chart and feeling everything out. But these rookies jumped out at me. So let's start off with the first one here. And really, a big part of the success of any rookie is the position that they're in. So the first one I'm going to talk about here is JALIN HYATT. 6 foot, 180 plus pounds. So the thing and the key here with JALIN HYATT, now he's drawn comparables, just so you know immediately who I'm kind of talking about, is Will Fuller, okay? He was drafted in the 3rd round to the Giants. Now, that is the key phrase here is on the Giants. Now, the Giants waited till the 3rd round to get him. I think he's good value. The only, downside to him is that they're saying he's a one-trick pony. Now, last year in college, 67 receptions, 1,267 yards, and 15 touchdowns. So he's got good body control. He's got speed. He can come down with the 50-50 balls. That is he's a home run hitter. How he's going to add to his route tree, we're going to find out. Is he he's not a guy that'll run a slant and catch a short pass, and that's what they're saying, right? Again, this is what scouts say, but I don't believe what agents and scouts say. I believe in what translates on the field and the opportunity that they are given. Now, JALIN HYATT, like I said, they're saying he's a one-trick pony. The speed is there. I believe he ran a 4.4, and apparently he was upset with that time. He thought he could have easily ran a 4.3 at the combine. Okay, he was disappointed with it. So 4.4 speed at combine, very quick off the line, an amazing separation from what I saw, okay? Creates, once he gets going off the line, he can blow past defenders in the secondary. If you don't send that safety back in time, he's gone. He's going to the house. So is this something that the Giants really want to implement, that just home run hitter, or do they want a true wide receiver 1, which I think JALIN HYATT can be based on the opportunity. Like I said, they don't have anybody there. They got Slayton, they got Wan'Dale Robinson. Waller's going to catch a lot of passes. I think he's going to be a viable target for Daniel Jones, who just got paid like, $40+ million a year, which is ridiculous. So I'm looking at JALIN HYATT and I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is a guy that is a home run hitter. They need a wide receiver 1. And if I can get him for value in a draft as my wide receiver 4-5 as a stash with some upside, why not? There's a sleeper for you here. But understand, I'm giving you guys the downfalls of these guys. You can say, well, Joe, you told me JALIN HYATT, but he's like the next MVS. He's a Marquise Valdez-Scantling. Like, he's a Will Fuller. And he just, he gets 1 touchdown, 1 game, and the next game he doesn't see any targets. Very possible. We don't know, right? All we do know is that they do not have a wide receiver. They do not have a true guy. And they invested a 3rd round pick on this guy, relatively high. And again, you get this guy for value, and he's a home run hitter. He's going to give you some good games for sure. Probably really good value if you're in a best ball league as well, who I think he's going to have some big games throughout the season. Okay, with still a lot of uncertainty. All right. Second rookie, again, drop a comment below, thumbs up. If this is making sense to you, it's like, whoa, Joe's breaking this down pretty good. It's making sense. I like the breakdown. He's not doing copy and paste rankings because JALIN HYATT's probably posted, he's probably 80th on the Kinshasa. No one's going to look at him, but you're going to probably stash him, and he's going to go off. So that's going to be exciting, okay? The next one here, I talked about him. If you haven't checked out the last episode, we talked about 6 rookies we love. Jimmy talked about this guy on this show, RASHEE Rice, okay? 6'1", 195 pounds, this out of SMU. Now, the thing with RASHEE Rice, he was a second-round pick. He's going to the Chiefs. 96 receptions last year, 1,355 yards, 10 touchdowns. The thing about him that I like is that he is, again, in an opportunity to succeed. So not only do I look at the talent, where they're drafted. This guy was a second-round pick, the RASHEE Rice guy, 6'1", 190 pounds. What I like, again, is the fact that he is going to be with Pat Mahomes, and they do not have another wide receiver, right? They've got Tony there, Kadarius Toney. They got MVS, who sucks. They got Sky Moore, who had an opportunity to shine last year, didn't get anything done. And, of course, they've got Travis Kelce, who's the wide receiver one there, even though he's a tight end, okay? RASHEE Rice, very light feet, quick feet, great body control, insane vertical, good yards off after contact. Does have some issues with some fumbles, some hand issues of gripping the ball, coming down with it and maintaining it without having someone pop it out of his hands. That is something I think he can work on. But when you're looking at a guy who, his speed is okay. I mean, I think he ran like a 4.5 or something like that. He's fast, but he's not like JALIN HYATT fast from what we're seeing. But again, things could change. Players can improve. But what is so exciting about this guy is that he was drafted in the second round, high draft capital, and he's going to a team with Pat Mahomes where there's an opportunity to potentially be the wide receiver one. And again, as of right now, there's no talks, no news that this guy's doing well in training camp because, again, that hasn't really opened up. When that opens up and you're hearing reports that Mahomes is praising this guy, look for his ADP to start skyrocketing. And this is why I like to draft early, because I'm able to stash these guys for relatively good value later in drafts and be able to capitalize on the fact that people have no idea what the heck is going on. That's why you're subscribed. That's why I have a Lion mentality. That's why I'm saying Lions smash them thumbs up, because we're seeing things well before everybody else is seeing them, right? I can give you a ton of examples, which I won't get into, but Tyler Algier last year, nobody talked about him. We had him in 16 rounds. He's talked about him. Kenneth Walker, we drafted him ahead of, if you got 16 rounds, we drafted him ahead of Rashad Penny. Everyone was telling you Rashad Penny. Everyone told you Jonathan Taylor first overall. I said avoid him. He's coming off a pinnacle year. Everyone told you Cooper Kupp first overall amongst wide receivers. I told you avoid him. He's going to go down. Sure enough, he did. So it's about seeing things and projecting based on law of averages. What goes up must come down, opportunity, depth chart. I do all of this in the 16-round draft solution, and I lay it out for you so that work is done for you. It's up to you guys to make that decision on the optimal player to draft in each round. So again, RASHEE Rice, 6'1", 190 plus pounds here. Again, could be a viable target, for the Chiefs here when they don't have anybody else there, okay? Pretty decent route runner, like I said, light feet, can move, good yards after catch, body control, got a nose for the end zone, can come down with some balls in the end zone as well pretty well. Again, 10 touchdowns last year. So it's exciting stuff here, right? Because again, you haven't years to wow us. We're not wowed players. In comes a round 2 wide receiver with some upside. Definitely worth a stash, okay? Third guy here is going to be a running back out of Auburn, 6 feet, 208 pounds. Now, let's talk a little bit about stats. First of all, it's Tank Bigsby, okay? Drafted in round 3. Great burst, good inside and outside runner, well receiver, good hands, okay? He has some issues with control, with vision, a little bit of vision issues and trying to find the gap. And that's not really my concern here. My concern here is that he is behind ATN, okay? Now, I'm not sold on ATN being the guy. That's the thing, right? But when I look at a guy like Tank Bigsby, I'm looking at a guy who, again, good college numbers, right? In 2021, he had 1,099 yards rushing, 970 in 2022, 10 touchdowns on the ground the last 2 seasons. Again, like I said, good burst, good inside, outside running, pretty decent hands. And the thing about it is, when I was looking at some of the reports, some of the scouting reports prior to the draft, a lot of scouts were saying that this guy could be a 3-down workhorse back and is capable of that, okay? Now, we got ATN there, who was a first-round pick, who's had years to wow us. We're not wow. He's had 2 years. The first year he got hurt. Last year he did well. A little bit inconsistency. He had some drops when he was trying to catch the ball. And obviously, if the Jacksonville Jaguars draft this guy in the 3rd round, they're going to use him. And I see this being a committee, but if Tank Bigsby can shine over ATN, then you've got something special here. So Tank Bigsby, keep him on your radar. Now, here's what I want to talk about as well. You see Jahmyr Gibbs coming off early. I just did a draft. He came off in the 3rd round, okay? We're talking Jahmyr Gibbs to Detroit. Jacksonville, I believe, is going to be a better offense potentially than Detroit, okay? They've got the young, dynamic Trevor Lawrence. They're adding Calvin Ridley. They started looking good last year. So Jacksonville, okay, has ATN, right? And they got Bigsby. But the Lions have David Montgomery, who is better than ATN, ahead of Jahmyr Gibbs. Yet Jahmyr Gibbs is higher on the ADP, and you're completely ignoring the guy I'm talking about here in Tank Bigsby as a sleeper. All I'm saying is an RB4 on your team, why not? A guy that could take the RB1 spot, a guy that could potentially be better than Travis Etienne. Because again, Etienne is good, but he hasn't been sensationally outstanding, and his ADP is too high. So I look at it as give me Tank Bigsby later and fade Etienne, because I'm not really sold on him, doing well. And either way, I think it's a committee. And if that's the case, I'm not paying high on Etienne. I'd rather get Bigsby later and have the second half of the committee for better value, if that makes sense to you, right? So more upside here with Bigsby. Better offense, and then I'm not paying the Jahmyr Gibbs price when you got David Montgomery there. I'm just not going to do it, okay? All right, so let's talk about the last guy here. The guy I'm talking about is, again, smash thumbs up, lion thumbs up here. Drop a comment below on who you like and get 16 rounds, the draft solution right now. All right, Quentin Johnston is the guy. Quentin Johnston, right? Round 1 pick, 21 overall. 6'4", 195 plus pounds. Last year had over 1,000 yards receiving in college, 6 touchdowns. Now, the nice thing about Quentin Johnston is that he is a rare blend of speed and size. We talked about Jalen Hyatt, right? Will Fuller comparison, one-trick pony. Quentin Johnston, from what we're hearing, is a little more better route runner. I would say better route runner. He is more compared to AJ Green comparison. Again, that nice... the nice vertical. He's got the nice vertical. He's got the speed. He's got the size, big play ability. He's like a track star, okay? Swift feet, elusive, great yards after catch, and has that wide receiver 1 upside. He is entering a wide receiver committee that has been plagued with injuries. They've got Mike Williams, who can't stay on the field to save his life. And they've got an aging Keenan Allen with a young Justin Herbert, who is looking to get a major contract deal very soon. So you're looking at a hungry, Justin Herbert in a situation where he wants to do better than he did last year. No more checkdowns to Eckler. He wants to throw it downfield. He's got an option here. And this is a guy that I talked to an inside source at the Chargers. They feel that maybe Williams gets traded midseason or something like that. Eventually, Quentin Johnston can take that wide receiver 1 spot. Now, immediate impact, week 1, week 2, probably not. End of season league winner style, probably yes. So Quentin Johnston is definitely a guy you want to stash on your roster. I just got him in a big-time money league in and around round 7 to 8, okay? Could come off earlier if people want to snipe him. And as soon as that news starts coming out that Herbert's connecting with Quentin Johnston, he's looking great in camp, then ADPs start rising. But I'm telling you right now, I think the opportunity is good. It doesn't look too good right now. But again, let me give you a comparison here, right? Jackson Smith, right? I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Najigba or something like that. I'm not even going to pronounce it. JSN, right? Seattle Seahawks. Jackson Smith just got picked up by Seattle. He is coming off. I'm just going to look it up here. I think it came off in like the 4th round in one of my money leagues. Jackson Smith. Okay. And that's the thing, right? You don't want to, Jackson Smith. Yeah. I think he came off in like the 5th, 6th round. He's coming off typically ADP. Okay. He is in a committee as well with Lockett and Metcalf with Seattle. So I'm looking at Quentin Johnston, who's also in a committee, who's got a better quarterback, Herbert, better than Geno Smith. And the resistance to be a wide receiver 1 is less, because I think Quentin is, in a better position to surpass, right? He could, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, who can't stay on the field, than Jackson Smith is to pass, Lockett and Metcalf. But yet Jackson Smith is coming out of a way higher. Okay. So again, like, I'm looking at this guy as a stash wide receiver 3, 4 on your team with some upside here in a great position. All right. So 4 sleepers here for you: Hyatt, Rice, Bigsby, Quentin Johnston. Let me know what you guys think. I'm not telling you to draft him in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th round. Get him later, stash him, get some home runs, guys. We got some real talent here. All right, guys? Subscribe, thumbs up, grab 16 rounds if this is making sense to you. We're thinking outside the box here. We're not copying and pasting rankings here. No cookie cutter Concheapsis activity on the #1 fantasy football podcast. Subscribe, thumbs up, line thumbs up, and I'll see you in the 16-round draft solution. And in the next video, I'm going to keep rolling out the content daily here for you. We'll talk soon. Subscribe. I'm out.